My name is Ana Maria Archila. I'm a candidate for Lieutenant Governor of the state of New York.
We will be marching.
Talk to me. Obviously, a terrible day for women,
We're just
reproductive
gonna hear from
rights.
a couple more fucking
At least 1,000 people here.
speakers.
What's your first reaction to
we
this?
will be
Well,
marching.
I helped organize many of the protests against the nomination of Brett Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court. I was one of the women
And
who
now we're
confronted
gonna hear
Senator
from
Jeff
Brooklyn
Flake in the
eviction
elevator because
not
I
from Brooklyn
understood that with
eviction
Kavanaugh in the court, this day would come.
Okay, no,
I
no, we're
understood that
not.
with Kavanaugh in the court, we would roll back the decades of progress that women have made, that LGBTQ people have
Black
made,
Lives
that
Matter
workers have
activists, here
made,
you go.
and this is what is happening. This moment requires people to show up on the streets like thousands of people are doing here to take care of one another and to demand of elected officials to stop doing the politics of business as usual and start taking care of people right now. President Biden needs to remember that his job is to actually take care of people and take us in a direction of progress. What he has allowed Manchin and Sinema to be obstacles to an agenda that the people elected him to implement.
There is absolutely no way, no reason why you should be shocked. There is no reason why you should expect anything different from the United States of America. This is America. This is who America has always been. And until we step up and decide to be the change, this is who America will always be. I want to be very clear about what it is that we are facing. We are stepping into an era in American history where women will have to travel for hundreds of miles, thousands of miles to seek free and safe abortions. But I would like to take you just a little bit deeper. If you are a woman, if you are a person with a womb who has money, this will be easy for you. If you live in the deep south and you need to get to New York, you can hop on a flight.
We're all rising up for abortion rights. We're all rising up for abortion rights. Hollywood was rising up for abortion rights. Pride is rising up for abortion rights. We're all in this together.
We have the power. It makes me feel as a young woman that I don't matter, and especially as a young black woman who is also part of the LGBTQ community, I need to fight for my rights because nobody else is going to do it for me because everybody's here to fight for our rights. That's not fair, and it's not going to be just until we make it just.
Very carefully.
Period.
And what do you think?
What side
Basically, you have
of history will
there
you
was
align yourself with?
three old white men and white women making decisions that affect mostly poor black and brown
white
women.
Supremacy.
I personally believe that these old white bitches have no fucking social life. They have no means of what my life means. They don't give a shit about my life. All they care about is to have control over us. That's not fucking fair. I'm not listening to ugly bitches who don't have no fucking social life have dictate who I am and what I do with my fucking body. Thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Katie.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So we know what we have to do.
And are you guys high school,
And before
college?
I go,
I'm in high school.
this is a very important
When I started
chant that
rising
we
up for
all
abortion
need right now
rights,
to
I
keep
was
our
16
spirits
years
up.
old.
And
And then
it's
I
called
moved on.
the Asada chant.
And then I'm now 17. I'm
So I'm
still
gonna say
fighting
it
for
3
abortion
times,
rights
and
because
each time we get louder,
it just
you're gonna
can't
repeat
stay
after
this
me.
way. I'm a girl.
It
and
is
I'm
our
becoming
duty
into a
to fight
woman.
for our
And when I
freedom.
become a woman, I want my future generations to have
It is our duty
like
to win.
options, especially abortion rights options.
must
And we
love
can't
to
just let it be
protect
like
each
that.
other.
We have to do something about this. And even though I'm gonna be in
nothing to lose
college
but our
soon,
chains.
and then I'm gonna grow, I will still rise up for abortion rights.
This up.
And
It is our duty to fight.
President Biden and the Democratic Party are saying just vote. If we just vote, we could make Roe v. Wade a law of the land through Congress. You can't vote yet, but are Democrats doing enough on Roe v. Wade?
No, like we need to do more. And my generation will fight for rights for abortion rights. We will fight for abortion rights. And that's what I'm doing right now. I may not be an adult now, but when I become an adult, things will change.
What's your name again?
Kabir.
Thank you.
My name is Jimena. was born and raised in Mexico City. I am the daughter of a campesino father from the southern Mexican state of Guerrero and a Chilanga mother from Mexico City. I'm a revolutionary socialist, immigrant, and UPS worker. I had an illegal abortion in Mexico City when I was 17 years old. I'm happy to report that due to the massive feminist movement in Mexico, after years of struggle, they won the federal decriminalization of abortion. In Mexico and in the United States, we urgently need, though, a national law that makes abortion access free, safe, and accessible to all. Today, the Supreme Court and the GOP have declared war on us with the repeal of Roe v. Wade. They are not content with taking away our right to an abortion. They want to go for more. They have already been at war with our trans siblings, passing terrible bills to deny their rights in dozens of states. We have not fought back hard enough yet, but that ends today.
Let me be clear. There are thousands of you now. I've seen this pattern. I saw it in 2020. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of you in this park today. Next week, you will not be here. Next month, you will not be here. You are going to forget. You are going to get comfortable because you live in a state where your rights are protected. But what about the women in the Mississippi Delta? What about the women in the Deep South?
When you're seeing all these old white men making these decisions, how does it make you feel?
It makes me feel like it's some sort of revenge against women. It makes me feel like they've been making these decisions since the beginning of this country, and it has to end.
And a lot of people were unhappy. They said the Democrats haven't done enough. What do you think of that?
Oh, 100% agree. Every time we have a progressive who's running for office, the chess pieces are moved around. Obama made a call to Pete Buttigieg to drop out, so that because he was hoovering the votes away from Biden. And these chess pieces get moved around to keep the status quo and keep corporate Democrats and our corporate interests happy. And it's killing us. It's killing us.
And in Biden's speech today, I didn't hear anything about, you got two senators who won't vote to end the filibuster, Manchin and Sinema. He could be using the bully pulpit of the presidency to pressure and shame them to end the filibuster and make this law.
I need a president who will yell for me. I need a president who will point to these people and call them out. And we don't have that. And I don't know where we're going to go with Biden, because the course that we're on, with so many disaffected people, with so many unhappy people, with a $7.25 federal minimum wage, angry people lean towards totalitarianism. And that's why these bad things are happening.
What's your name?
My name's Elle Smith.
Thank you.
I did a lot of activist work in the Midwest, 2019, 2020.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, let me ask you, because it also came out that Clarence Thomas, his wife, was basically trying to overturn the election. You didn't hear Democratic Party calling for his impeachment. What are they doing?
Fucking up. Like, I mean, they could do so much, and they just want to keep the status quo, and it's just so fucking sad that money ruins all of our politics.
And you know, Nancy Pelosi was sending out fundraising emails saying this is the fight of our life, but she supported the only anti-choice Democrat, Henry Cuellar, and helped him get reelected. It didn't seem like Roe v. Wade mattered that much when she supported him.
Age limits. We need age limits in Congress. Fuck it. Oh, and term limits, yeah. Age and term limits.
I'm Natalie White, the Vice President of Equal Means Equal. I'm here to tell you that to join the rally and really support everything that's going on with this rally, and also to urge President Biden to publish the Equal Rights Amendment immediately. It has reached the 38 state threshold it needs to be ratified as a constitutional amendment. Trump blocked the amendment from being published, and now Biden is doing the exact same thing. When he goes up to a microphone and he makes a speech, he panders to women and he says he cares, but actually in the background what he's doing is actively working against women's rights and the Equal Rights Amendment in the courts. He's actually fighting the ERA in the courts. Joe Biden could reverse this decision and make abortion a constitutional right with one 5-minute phone call to the United States Archivist.
For people that don't understand that, explain how he could do that.
So the Archivist to the United States Constitution, it's their job to certify and publish amendments to the Constitution, and it would just take one phone call from Biden to the Archivist to say, publish and certify the Equal Rights Amendment right now. That would give women a textual constitutional basis we would need to have abortion as a constitutional right.
Do you think that Democrats would prefer to fundraise for the election off of this?
Of course. I got at least 10 emails and text messages today from Democrats asking me for their support. And you know what I say? Not another dime to the Democratic Party until women have a constitutional right to equality. And that is easily achieved by a 5-minute phone call from Joe Biden. They lie, they pander, and they refuse to publish the ERA.
I wonder what you think also. President Obama in 2016, when Mitch McConnell blocked his Supreme Court justice, he barely put up a fight.
That's because there's no money to be made in a solution. Democrats never want to fix the problem because they can fundraise and they can go get voters and they can go get volunteers if there's a problem. No money is made on a solution, which is why they don't find one. So at least we know that the Republicans are against us because they don't lie. They tell us, hey, we're against black people having rights, we're against trans people having rights, we're against gays having rights, we're against women having rights. The Democrats lie. And so we need to wake up to that lie. And Biden needs to publish the Equal Rights Amendment right now in order to give women constitutional foundation for the right to an abortion.
And lastly, on top of this, you have rent is up 30%, people being evicted, homelessness exploding. All of these conditions together, I mean, at a certain point, a society can't take this much tumult.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when a capitalist society has people that have billions of dollars really just buying our politicians. You know, there's a lot of states where people can't even unionize. It's illegal. In Missouri, or in one of the Carolinas, for instance, for workers to unionize. So, and Biden doesn't do anything about that either. You know, he's a weak president. Kamala Harris is a weak vice president. They won't do anything to save Roe. They won't do anything to publish the ERA. They don't care about black people. They don't care about workers. They do not care about poor people.
Do you think the elected progressives, AOC, Bernie, are doing enough on these matters?
No, because they're all bought off by the corporations by now too. Look at the Dark Act. Look at Elizabeth Warren voting for the Dark Act. You know, like Monsanto is not even forced to put that they put GMOs in food. So bullshit. I call bullshit. It's all, you know, maybe AOC, maybe Bernie started out their political careers wanting to make a change, but they've been bought out by corporatism and by billionaires.
What's your name?
Natalie White. You can visit us at equalmeansequal.org.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hey there. Can I see your sign? My uterus says fuck you. I think that says it all. Just tell me how you're feeling on this day.
Really disappointed. I'm scared. I don't know, like, the extreme to which things will get bad, and I don't know, like, what is in our control and what isn't.
And you know, people were speaking about, you know, if you're wealthier, you'll be able to find abortion, but if you're poor.
Yeah, I mean, the law doesn't really matter because at this point, if these rich men that are in power get someone pregnant and they want to get an abortion, they'll do it. They can pay for it. They can break the laws that they set. But the people that are lower up, they don't have enough money. They're minorities. They don't have the choice to do that. They don't have the money to do that. It's unfair. They get to break the laws that they put in place.
And as a young woman, what does it say to you that unelected judges, mostly old white dudes, are making these decisions?
I think we need like restrictions for age. I think there's too many people that they're gonna die soon. Like they're not gonna live long enough to like experience the consequences of these laws.
What's your name?
Caddy.
Thank you, appreciate it. Just tell me how you feeling on this terrible day.
It's honestly disgusting as hell to see people in the Supreme Court do this to us, because honestly this can affect anyone, not just people down south, but everywhere across the country. It's a disgusting day.
And these are unelected older white men, older women, basically telling people, based on the Constitution, we get to dictate what you do.
I just don't understand why they want to continue to do that. You know, it's like there's so much since the beginning of this country, everything that's happened so far. It's like, what's really, you know, people are frustrated. People are fed up with the bullshit we're getting today. So I'm just fed up, personally.
You know, for years and years, the Democrats have said, vote, vote. And this happens. What about the Democratic Party's role here?
Well, I'm neither Democrat or Republican, so honestly, like, it's whatever. But the Democrats, I feel like they're really failing us right now, especially with Biden and Kamala in office. This is a major fail right now.
What's your name?
I'm Tia.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Tell me about the sign. How you feeling today?
Well, woke up. We knew this was coming. The leak a month ago gave us a little bit of insight to it, but it was still devastating when it happens. And the best thing we can do now is vote in November, hopefully get Congress to codify Roe into law, and then go from there. But now it's like great to see everyone out here and supporting, getting loud. And New York will be safe, but we have to do this for those who don't have a voice and those who don't, they don't have the capacity because they're in a certain state. But we aren't going to be all free and all safe until everyone is.
What is it? You said vote. Do you trust the Democrats if they get enough senators that they'd actually do this? Because they've said a lot of things over the years.
Right, but in 2016, if about 80K swing voters had voted for Hillary instead of voting for Bernie or voting for write-ins, then Trump wouldn't have been in office and he wouldn't have had the opportunity to put 3 justices in the court, and then that all would have been avoided. So while it sucks to have a two-party system right now, the best option is just to vote Democrat and get the court cleared out, potentially add another seat.
What does it feel like as a younger woman when all these old people are unelected in robe making these decisions?
It pisses us off. I mean, we're pissed off, but we can channel that energy into something productive.
What's your name?
Lizzie.
Thank you. For a public service announcement. I like that. My body, my choice. Just tell me how you're feeling on this terrible day.
I'm sorry. I have no words. I have to keep it in touch so that I can yell out my friend over here. She can speak on our behalf right now. What?
Just how you feeling? Terrible.
Horrible.
And you know, a lot of people have talked about what the Democratic Party could have done. What are your thoughts on? I mean, they've had years to make this law.
I mean, just with the way we're so segmented and gerrymandered, it felt impossible. All the people who said 2016 didn't matter should feel real shitty right now. That's how I feel.
What's your name?
Sarah.
Thank you. By the way, there's at least 1,000 people in this park right now. A lot of energy, a lot of upset people, but people are passionate.
Well, I'm out here because I'm angry and I'm so
heartened to see all these young women standing out here. It's been, as an immigrant, and I've been here for 50 years when these rights were around, and I can't believe I have to come out here and march for all the next generation. And it is an absolute outrage because that ruling is going to impact low-income communities of color, and we know that they're coming for LGBTQ trans rights, and so we need to be out here screaming and fighting and demanding our rights and demanding that the court listen. And I hope to God the president, the Senate, and our legislators are going to actually do something about this so we don't have to come out here every damn day.
Yeah. What do you think of that? Because Obama had almost a majority, a super majority. He didn't take an effort to codify Roe v. Wade. Biden didn't make it a priority. Pelosi, last year, said it wasn't a priority to her. Have Democrats done enough?
I think it's a priority for them now because look at the people out here, right? And what's going to happen next? In the states where abortion isn't going to be legalized, women are going to die. Poor women are going to die. And so it better be a campaign issue. And I know the midterms are coming up and we've all been scared about what's going to happen, but there is going to be consequences. And I hope to God people are going to come out in droves to vote because look at that sign, vote while we can. That is exactly what we're fighting for right now.
What's your name?
Joanne.
Thank you, Joanne.
Sure.
Appreciate it. You sure? All right. You seem fiery.
I seem fiery?
What's your name?
Maria Lizardo.
Just talk to me. You know, there's so many passionate people out here, but it shouldn't be lost that these are mostly older white men and older women, unelecteds, making these decisions for you.
And that is terrible. They are not representative of the people, and it is going to be poor women of color who are going to suffer the most. The undocumented who don't have the money and who cannot cross state lines in order to have an abortion. So we're putting all their lives at risk.
What do you think about these Republicans? They seem very worried about life in the womb. Once you're out of the womb, if children die in schools, we can't do anything. Children starving, no nutrition, we can't do anything. It seems like they only care about life before they're born.
Life to them is whatever they prioritize, and right now they're only prioritizing the life in the womb. They do not give a crap about women or anyone else who is out here.
And lastly, everybody's been talking about the Democratic Party. They talk the talk, but when they've had the opportunity, they did not fight to codify this into law.
They are terrible, and as a lifelong Democrat, I'm really considering who I will be voting for because they haven't done right by our people and by the things that are important to us.
What's your name?
Maria Lizardo.
Thank you, Maria. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and make sure to tune in to Status Coup's daily live stream Monday through Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern Time and Fridays at 4 o'clock Eastern Time.